What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. You know, I got to tell you what's really funny today was I am 59 years old. I have been through a lot between being a parent, being a husband, going through working, finances and things like that. And one of the goals in me is, before I do that dirt nap, is to educate people, try and hopefully have people not make mistakes that I made, or when I see things that are wrong, I try and put them out there. And so I've seen a lot of videos lately where young people who don't have good credit, and they're getting their mom to co-sign for a car, and they're buying used cars and that are overpriced, and they go to the dealerships and they're screwing over, 18, 28% interest, or loans that are like 8 years and shit like that. And so I've done a couple of videos to kind of say, let me try and open up your eyes, and maybe I can be like that father figure that says, hey, here's what you don't want to do. And it's funny because I put one of those videos out today because having an experience helping somebody else getting a car, some of the things that the dealership tried to do that literally would have been an additional $5,000 that would have been financed over the life of the loan. And I'm trying to explain to you that depending on what length of loan you get, that $5,000 that you're adding to the car might be $10,000 to the price of it. And you're not really paying for that until you're 3 or 4 years in the loan. So if 2 years from now you decide you want to sell the car, you're paying all that money that you got there for the low jack, for the extended warranty that was only for 30,000 miles and stuff like that. You're paying for that shit down the road, and that's why they get screwed. And the comments that I get, this unemployed son of blah, 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 is trying to give people financial advice. Okay. Unemployed. Well, I can say I ain't homeless. I must have done something right. I think I must have done something right. But be that as it may, and that's fine. People, you don't have to take my advice. I know you look at me and you say, he's a bum. That broke-ass mother humper. Okay, well, that unemployed somebody, it might be that I figured out that I don't have to work except when I want to. Be that as it may, the Dallas Cowboys keep me busy. Just finished my live stream, was about to do my fireside chat, and we now have a special team coordinator after we lost Bones Fossil. And maybe that won't be the worst thing in the world. Bone Fossil, though, who you might want to say that Turpentine and Aubrey may be a product of him. But you also have to look at it and say Bone Fossil seemed to at times take liberty and take some risks sometimes when you really didn't want to, that we kind of got burned on a few times. Be that as it may, the Cowboys have now got his replacement. The Dallas Cowboys are reportedly hiring former San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator Nick Sorensen as their special teams coordinator, according to Tom Passero. The 46-year-old, see, this is the thing I like. See, there's a couple things that I like about what's going on. Him and Schottenheimer have experience together. They've worked together before. Okay? Worked together before. And as opposed to when Mike McCarthy came here, and basically, here's your offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. And we ran the offense that Kellen Moore had that he got from Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett. Well, this is a little different because now Brian Schottenheimer is running the offense that he understands, and he is getting people who he is familiar with. I think that's key. The 46-year-old brings special teams experience, having served as the Jacksonville Jaguars special team coordinator in 2021. Sorensen was fired from the 49er position as reported by NBC Sports. The team was hoping to keep him on as assistant on the staff and explored other options for its defensive coordinator position. See, he was actually the defensive coordinator for this year, but the 49ers felt like they didn't quite get what they wanted out of him. As a former NFL player, Sorensen was a defensive back for 10 years, from 2001 to 2010, playing for the St. Louis Rams, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Cleveland Browns. Sorensen served as defensive coordinator for 49ers for just one season before parting ways. His coaching career began in 2013 as a special teams assistant for the Seattle Seahawks, where he later transitioned to defensive back coach, and that's where Brian Schottenheimer is familiar with him. During the 24 season with the 49ers, the defense ranked 8th in yardage allowed, but struggled to keep teams out of the end zone, ranking 29th in points allowed. This contributed to a 6-11 season. Well, I'm going to say not having Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk also led to that too, but that would be just me. That and your quarterback kind of came back down to earth. Purdy wasn't quite as Purdy, causing them to miss the playoffs after reaching the Super Bowl the previous year. The 49ers hired Jets head coach Robert Saleh as their defensive coordinator last week, quickly replacing Sorensen with a familiar face that led the 49ers defense in 2017 through 2020. The move came as word that Kyle Shanahan hinted that it had been tough for Sorensen to adjust to San Francisco schemes. I don't think people adjust to schemes. I think you have to adjust depending on your personnel, Shanahan said in his exit interview per Nick Wagner. And I think that was a tougher thing for him this past year. Just going into the season, it was a little bit harder than in the past because of the injuries we had, and I think it made it really tough for Nick. So he still liked Nick, and they did want to keep him on the coaching staff, but, of course, the Cowboys came through and got him. So we'll see how the rest of the staff shapes up. We still believe that Matt Eberflus will end up being the defensive coordinator, provided nothing crazy happens with his interview. He'll become the defensive coordinator. So you're looking at a coaching staff that, as opposed to Mike Zimmer, who was 63, and Mike McCarthy, who was close to 60, I think. I think Mike McCarthy might be 60, 61. You're looking at a much younger coaching staff. I know Brian Schottenheimer. Wait a minute. Mike McCarthy. How old was Mike McCarthy? I could look this up myself. He has to be older than that. Oh, he was 61. Damn. He's only 2 years older than me. Do I look that old? And Brian Schottenheimer. And Brian Schottenheimer's 51. So you're definitely looking at a younger coaching staff than what we've had in the past year. So we'll see how it all works out. Welcome aboard. And hopefully great things happen for you. Great things happen for you. And with that being said, I'm going to get my ass out of here. Peace.